What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 29th day of August, and here we are at about 1.15 cents with 10 hours and 48 minutes left in the day. Moving down, seeing a higher low still, which is nice. You know, Bitcoin also is at a little bit of a higher low, but whenever Bitcoin drops, however much it dropped, let's just see from an overall opening price to the low price here, 2.8%, and OnyxCoin is only down 3.4% right now. That's not bad. That's actually kind of encouraging. But with this look of what we're doing here on the daily time frame, this is not encouraging for the idea of it being a low. I would think that we would see lower prices just looking at it like this. That doesn't mean that we have to find a lower low. And it doesn't mean that this can't be the low here, but it's just that typically whenever OnyxCoin does find a low, it moves up at a very fast pace, right? Typically, that's the kind of reaction we get. Even on these momentary lows here, very fast pace up, right? That's just kind of how it goes. You know, you found your low here, and then boom, you found your low here. You had a very rapid reaction. You didn't continue to move up at a rapid pace, but from a low to a high within 2 days' time, you moved up 33%, right? You weren't dilly dallying here like this. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like we're at the low here, but maybe. You never know. So just because that's how it typically reacts doesn't mean it has to do that, right? We've done this here even where we've dilly-dallied a little bit, and then we didn't come up a whole lot over the next 2 days, but then inevitably we did pump. So it does happen at sometimes, but is it going to happen here? We'll see. Daily time frame, not getting a whole lot off of it. If I'm looking at it and I'm just being honest with myself, the daily indicators do look bearish, but it's always darkest just before the dawn. We do have some bullish indicators on the MACD, some bullish divergences there. Stochastics, do they have bullish divergence? We've relinquished. We kind of have it, but we kind of don't at the same time. And same thing with the RSI. I would say we kind of have it, but I wouldn't call that bullish divergence. Yes, we have higher lows, but bullish divergence normally happens in the oversold zone, not outside the oversold zone, at least in my experience. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, okay? Right, like true bullish divergence, you're here to here. It's like in the oversold zone or just on the cusp of it, not in the band of the RSI itself, typically. Let's see. I mean, this kind of looks on a 1 hour time frame. Like if this was a monthly time frame, I would say this looks like a triple bottom. So maybe it is. That's a nice little reversal candle there. Somebody fat fingered it, right? Somebody gave it a market buy order with $100 million. Who knows how much went into that? It says $100 million on Coinbase there. Somebody fat fingered OnyxCoin here and then sold it back down, right? They're like, oh no, I didn't mean to buy that much. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to just bet 10%, not the house. Little bullish engulfing candle here. This does look nice for a triple bottom, but does it persist is the question. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, I do like the RSI actually. Higher lows here. It looks good. You know, overall kind of in a bearish posturing, but right now I would say that you do look like you want to move up more, which is nice. And that adds to the idea that this could be a triple bottom. The stochastics are coming up, which is nice. I would expect that we continue to grow. The MACD, a little bit of a relative double bottom here. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad 1 hour time frame, but how much does it grow, right? Do we get to 1.9 cents and then come back down? Do we get to above 1.2 cents consistently, not just for a flash, but for a consistent amount of time? Is that what's going to happen? Do we have a gap there? We kind of do, but it's filled. It just depends on what we do, because if we don't make a move soon, if we don't make a move between now and really the weekend, like by the end of this week, I would think that we do go lower, and maybe in that time we go lower anyway, so that'd be redundant. But I have to admit the 1 hour indicators and the 1 hour time frame, I actually do like the way it looks. I would feel pretty confident that this looks like it wants to move up from here, so that's nice to see. 4 hour time frame here. Looking at this, the stochastics are crossing back up, which is good, but you're not out of the oversold zone, so we'll maintain a bearish posturing for now on that. The RSI does look bullish, I have to admit. I like this, getting oversold, and now you're overbought, bouncing off the 40, not getting oversold. If we can close this 4 hour candle green and persist from here, that would actually look really good. That would promote growth over the coming days, which is exactly what we need to see. That would turn the stochastics bullish, get it out of the bearish area of control. And the MACD just crossed red, so that's a little bit bearish as well. But you do have a higher low trajectory here with your oscillators, which is nice. And it dates back quite a ways. So, I mean, I kind of do like the overall shape of this. It's just momentarily are we still bearish. A little bit of confliction in the MACD and the stochastics versus the RSI. But with the 1 hour looking the way it does, and the fact that I weigh on the RSI more than anything, especially whenever we're moving sideways like this and being choppy, the MACD and the stochastics are a little bit less reliable, where the RSI is reliable. I'm not afraid of calling for us to move up higher. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, look, see, we got a little gap up there too. We might come up and fill that gap. But does it persist? Maybe we move up and then we come back down, right? Does it persist is the question. We need it to get above about 1.21 cents, close a 4 hour time frame above 1.21 cents, and then that should allow us to persist higher. If this 4 hour candle closes red, this look of a bounce on the RSI right here at the 40, that would not be a bounce anymore. We'd actually be crossing below, and the good things we have going for us on the 4 hour, which is the only good thing that we have as far as our indicators go, it would go away. So in the next 2 hours and 42 minutes, that's a long time in the land of the 4 hour candles. If we come down and we close this green, which we're not even up a full percent right now, if we come down and we close this red, that would be problematic if you wanted to see immediate price action growth. If we close it green, we live to fight another candle. Okay. Daily time frame here. Looking at this. Again, I'm not really getting too much off the daily time frame. We're in the same areas that we've bounced the last 2 times, okay, in the RSI. We're clearly reluctant to get oversold on the daily time frame, and we love being overbought, right? At least since November of 2024, that's the case. But if we don't get some kind of positive reaction soon, again, falling back to that, if we don't get a positive reaction soon, it would be pretty obvious that we're moving lower, at least in my opinion. Stochastics, I don't like them. MACD, I don't like it, right? But also, I would say we're kind of trending down. So yeah, that in itself isn't a good look. But we're at this area here. We've got higher lows in the oscillators. We do have higher lows in the histogram as well, with lower lows in the price. That is bullish divergence. So there are good things going on that are interlaced with the bad things. We're definitely at a low point in this overall consolidation phase, and I think it's a better time to buy than it is to sell. You just got to have some patience, have a little faith, do a little dance, buy a little coin while it's down tonight, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll rip any day now, right? That's kind of my expectation. Any day now, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a week from now. A lot of people are saying that September is going to be a bloodbath. You know, I was looking at this this page. I forget what page it was. I think it was Crypto John. He doesn't have all the followers in the world, but he was asking if people think it's going to be a red or green September. And I was a little bit discouraged because I saw a lot of people saying the same stuff I say, which is everybody thinks it's going to be red, so it's green. But if everybody says that everybody expects it to be red, then does everybody actually expect that, or is everybody just saying that? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens with September. I think it does rely on this week. Something I missed in my Bitcoin analysis that the one that I just made today, about 10 minutes ago, the most recent video, I forgot to talk about the MACD. We've talked about it a couple times, but if this weekly time frame, if in the next 2 days and 11 hours we don't come up and close this week green and pretty green, that could be problematic. September would probably be a red month if we don't close this green. So if September's red, OnyxCoin would likely go lower. How much lower could it go? We could go down to our 786. We could go down to the 886. We might see prices just below 1 cent, you guys. It could happen. I'm not calling for that. That's not the call. I'm just saying if we don't see some life soon, that's the only next logical area. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to do this. We're not just going to do this, right? That's not going to happen. We're probably going to do this if we don't make a move soon to the upside, okay? And if we go lower, the next target area would be right there just below 1 cent, okay? I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. No matter what happens, whether we go up, we go down, we go sideways, we go back in time, inevitably I do believe OnyxCoin is going to move up. I do believe that we're going to see those 26 to 32 cent target areas come into play. It's just taking a little bit more time, and that's all. Not discouraged, definitely patient, waiting, taking the moment to buy more when I can, and I hope everybody's doing the same. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you on the, bye-bye.